All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sega Bits Swingin Report Show, number 29, Crossover Mayhem. Let's see who's on this week's show. We have George.
Hi, my name is George.
And we have Ryan, also known as Sharky.
Hi, my name is George as well.
All right. And I'm George, too. And tonight we are going to be talking about Sega stuff. But before we do that, let's talk about what we have been up to these last 2 weeks. Let's start with alphabetically George.
What? Not much. I've been hanging around a lot with one of my friends. His brother came out of prison for after 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So I've been hanging out with him and his I guess other friends, which I guess they're he's in his brother's into gang lifestyle, but if you ever met the guy, he's the nicest guy in the world. So I like hanging out with him. But it's funny because he has all these other friends that are all tattooed up. All on the face and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of gangster. And they're all throwing bitch fits all the time. I gotta go take a shower in my house. Give me a ride to my house. And I'm just Jesus, divas, man. But they're pretty funny guys. And I also tried Salvia for the first time yesterday. You know what Salvia is, Ryan?
Is it a face wash?
Yeah. It's a face wash. It's you just wash your face with it. It's a nice little.
It's like a plant that's legal. You can buy it. I guess it was on the news because I guess Miley Cyrus is smoking it. Basically, what it was is it's like having a 10-minute dream, basically, but you're awake. It's
That's interesting.
the way I had it was I smoked it, and then they're like, oh, "It's working, huh? It's working," and I felt really heavy, like I was a flat object. And then I started laughing. Like one of those good laughs, when you feel happy. Those kind of laughs I had.
Not one of those depressed laughs where you want to cry.
You don't have those laughs anymore, do you?
Not anymore.
Oh man.
Those died when Sonic 06 came out.
Oh.
So I'm having a laugh and then I get up. Out of I was laying down in my bed and I get up because people are all telling me it hit you, and I get up to prove that I'm not under the influence. But when I get up, instead of seeing people, I see a big stadium, and everything's white, but the chairs are bright red, and there's people with all their clothes is bright red, and they're all white like plastic. They get up with me, and everything I do, they do. And then when I blinked and I unblinked, I was like a garden hose, shooting water. It made no sense to me. I was like, what the fuck? And,
wow.
And it was,
I think I found the image for this podcast.
Oh, where would he? Well, Sharky drew one, actually.
Yeah, I know.
That's what he's been doing for the 2 weeks, by the way. Sharky's turn.
You've ruined it. No. Is it really my turn?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Want to wait?
I haven't actually done much, but I'll tell you, my friends and I tried Salvia a while back as well.
How did it go?
And my friend's reaction was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, because he's one of these people that believe nothing will ever happen to him. He wouldn't ever get drunk, and nothing ever hits him. But we went to these sand dunes where it's sort of just hills of sand, and we were sitting on top of one. And he took it, and he sort of sat there for a minute, and he was like, nothing's going to happen. And then he suddenly just sort of got down on the floor and started scooting down the hill really fast on his ass, and pushing himself with his hands like a dog might do across carpet. And we were like, what are you doing? And he was like, come on, follow me, get down and follow me. And we were sort of just stood there looking at him, and he turned around and he started to push all the sand back up the hill, and he was saying, oh, it's all escaping. And literally, and then he got really, really self-conscious and thought we hated him because we were laughing at him, but he took it really badly, like we hated him for some reason, and he got really upset. It was the whole thing was just amazing. Afterwards, he told us that he thought that all the happiness was escaping down the hill, and if we didn't push it back up, everyone would be sad. And we weren't helping him, and he thought that we were just letting it happen, and that's why he got really angry.
But this stuff is legal legal, at least in California, and it's like really expensive. It's like $40 for a gram, and it's but depending on the quality, I guess. But I'm good.
You're done now?
Yeah, I'm done. That's it. What about you, Barry? What have you been doing?
I've been taking the same stuff you guys have been taking, actually.
All week.
I was at the grocery store and I just started leading this little parade. But it wasn't a parade. It was like I was skiing, but it was a skiing parade. And everyone there, they were the Fraggles from Fraggle Rock. It was so fun. And then I started crying and I ate my tears.
What?
No, it didn't happen. No, I've had a pretty boring week. Let's see. Well, last week my wife's friend's boyfriend hosted a show in Philadelphia where he plays the tuba and he writes compositions. So he, I guess, transposed all this video game music and was performing it with his other band geeks. And they played some pretty great renditions of the soundtrack from Game Boy's Mario Land, and he played some Sonic 1 stuff, and and it ended at 9:30, which is so great because that means I get to go home and sleep at a normal hour. So I enjoyed it.
He has a curfew of 9:30.
I do, yeah. But not when I'm leading my parades down the ski slopes.
You stay up all late.
That's forever.
Oh, want to move on to the next plane?
Yeah, what have you been playing?
Me?
Yeah.
House of the Dead 3, Binary Domain.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it, I think. Binary Domain is actually a pretty surprising game, in my opinion. Like, it looks good. Like, it's funny because when my friend came into my house, he's like, "What game is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Binary Domain." And he's like, "Are you reviewing it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, it looks like shit." And then he's like, and then I'm like, well, "Look, sit down and watch me play it a little bit." And he was watching me playing, and I was trying to explain to him the story. He's like, "Oh, that sounds pretty cool, dude." And I'm like, "God damn, that cover just ruins it for everybody."
It does.
That was a terrible cover. But yeah, pretty good game.
Cool.
They should just use the Japanese cover.
Yeah, they should have. It's not great, but at least it looks better.
Yeah. Sharky, what have you been playing?
I've been playing. Wait, let me. Oh, actually, yeah, I played a bit of Sonic Colors. It's not new, but that's what I've been doing recently.
That's cool.
That's about it, to be honest.
That's it.
Oh, and I also played some Vita games, just demos. My brother bought a Vita.
Oh, cool.
So it's all huge, and I'm like, all right, it's cool. It looks like if there was a new Game Gear, that's probably what it looked like.
Yeah, it is pretty big, but it's light, isn't it?
Yeah, it's light.
That's cool.
But I would wait for a thinner, little smaller model.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I'm cool with the size, but I can see how other people wouldn't like it.
My brother's like, "Are you gonna buy one so we could play this game?" There's like this game called M13 or something. It's like a shooting game.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, when there's games I actually really, really want for it, I'll buy it. It's like they only have Uncharted and like that's it, I think, right now.
Yeah, there's nothing really. I mean, Virtua Tennis 4, which actually I'll get into mine. I've been playing some Virtua Tennis 4 ever since I actually played the demo of it on the Vita at the store, and it reminded me that I had the game for my 360 at home. So I got home and I played it for a few hours.
Yeah, that's good. So I'm saying the Vita is all ports. Like, I wouldn't buy a Vita for Virtual Tennis 4.
No, me neither. I mean, I'd buy it in the bargain bin just because it would be fun to have it with me all the time, but I'm not going to, like, jump at the chance to own it already. I mean, I already have it. But I played that. I actually was playing some Sonic Colors a few days ago because I realized I hadn't touched my Wii in forever, so I figured I'd play something on it. And...
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. It was intended.
Okay, good. I don't want people to be all like, "Oh man, Barry's a joke. He's always looking like a douchebag."
I'm touching it now. It's in the other room, but I'm touching it. So What else have I played? Oh, and then I've been playing The Simpsons Hit and Run on the original Xbox, just because I wanted to play something like Grand Theft Auto, but without so much fear of dying. So I've just been playing that too.
Nice.
It's a fun game, but nothing. I haven't had enough time, which is why I haven't bought and played Binary Domain yet. I want to like play it when I have like an hour or two, you know. Because I feel like, is it one of those games where when you start up, you're sitting through like an hour of cutscenes before you really save?
No, actually it isn't. I was actually surprised. At first I was like it starts off, I haven't finished the game. I'm still going to plow through a big chunk of it tonight because I wanted to have a review up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when you first start off, it's like very Gears of War-ish, like action, but like two Americans. You only start off with the black guy. You're supposed to meet up your team, so they make little jokes like, "Oh, you a player," and then he's like, "Uh-huh," and then they go into action. You kill robots. That's it.
That's awesome.
Like, he's like, it actually starts off a lot like Metal Gear Solid 1. It's like this is like a what is it? You got to be stealth. It's a stealth mission. If you get caught, we're not taking responsibility for you.
Right.
Yeah, that. And then it's like you're supposed to be sneaking, but the whole game's action.
That's funny.
You're blowing up buildings. You're jumping down water. You're on jet skis. You're
right.
getting chased by the Tokyo Police Department. But
that sounds like fun.
It's a good game. It's just really, really action packed. It's kind of like a Vanquish in that way, where it's like just action scene after action scene, and it gets bigger and like cooler. That's basically how I would describe it.
Well, that actually connects with Site News. We had a interview with the producer. How do you say his name? Toshihiro Nagoshi, right?
That's what I would say.
All right. So what do we want to say about that? That we got...
Yeah, we got it, but like, didn't some of the answers feel PR-ish?
Yeah, a bit.
We should. One of the questions that I was like, damn it, I wish I could rephrase, was the one about the DLC.
Yeah.
Because he just went like, oh yeah, we have DLC in Japan. Like, we didn't say we knew that already, because we already knew that.
Yeah.
So
I felt sad that my question made him... I'm looking at it now. He said... I said, of all the games you've been involved in, which one would you want to re-release again? And he was like, that makes me feel a little sad and melancholy. And I was like, oh, don't cry.
He what happens if he commits suicide like in a week and like he
just
puts
writes...
that question, he just writes the question on a piece of paper right next to him.
He carves it into his chest.
Well, I mean, I get what he was saying, because it's like, from their perspective, the tech looks, you look back at Daytona USA and it looks all blocky and they didn't get to do everything they wanted to do.
But man, those colors are bright still.
Yeah, but it's fun. I mean, for us, we get it, but it's kind of like, it's like how directors don't really get how their movies are good. They're just kind of like, yeah, it's good. All right, let's make the next movie.
Yeah, I get it.
Poor guy.
It was a good interview, and I'm glad he's doing Binary Domain, but I think one of his... when he said that he thinks that Binary Domain is going to be a success, it's very hard for me to see this being a success. Not because of the development team, but because of everybody else at Sega.
Yeah, it's a hard game to sell, I think.
It shouldn't be too hard, though, to be honest with you. Like, people like sci-fi, people like Gears of War, people like Japanese quirky characters. I mean, Sega just had to have an actual commercial up and a good game cover.
Yeah.
That game right away, when I look at it, I don't want to buy it. Especially at $60.
I agree.
Anyway. Oh yeah, we could go on to the next. Your Weekly 5.
Oh yeah, with the Jet Set Radio hints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to put that one together for a while, but I've been lazy, and then when I saw that the game was re-releasing, I figured I'd get on it.
Yeah, that was a good article. I liked it.
Thanks. Yeah, I actually got it from... There was that interview at the end. It's always been on my bookmarks tab for like the past year. It's this great interview with the original developers, and it actually... People should check it out, because it actually gets into like a lot of things they didn't like about the game. Like, it seems like they hated making the American and European levels, where you're like in Times Square and you're in Chicago or whatever it is. And
I'm assuming that was the whole the whole DC approach. Dreamcast approach, where it was worldwide. I guess like
Yeah.
Even though they were
yeah.
really Japanese games and they were big developers in Japan, they still try to like Sega America still had a little word in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
languages.
played those levels again after reading the interview, and they're fun, but they're kind of uninspired. They're really small, and you can kind of tell they didn't put too much thought into them. They just kind of wanted to make the levels and send them out.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever gotten all the emblems or whatever they have in there? There's like
I've gotten close, and then I downloaded a complete file, but I've gotten close.
Man, I always wanted to do that. Like, just take one summer off and just like, all right, I'm not gonna play another game until this thing gets beaten. But
It's fun. I did unlock a few of the rival gangs.
I used to do that. Like, I would play through Skies of Arcadia in the summer, like, slowly try to digest it and like. But I can't do that anymore because it's just too many games out there now. It's like
Oh yeah.
every month, like a blockbuster game comes out.
Then you got to play it, and then you don't get time to finish it, and then the next one comes out.
Yeah, it's like Mass Effect 3 came out this last week, and guess what? It's like Binary Domain came out one week. Next week, Mass Effect 3. Next week, Dead Souls. It's like,
It's not enough time.
yeah, it's like, Jesus, guys.
Those games take
Yeah.
more than I mean, unless you just sit down and play it straight through, you're
Yep.
not going to have time.
All right, well, yeah. Ryan
Let's
didn't
see.
say anything about Jet Set Radio, so
Oh, he hates it.
yeah, I know he's taking.
No, I can't wait for it. Just didn't have anything to say on the matter.
Well, how about you talk about this week's Tuesday tune, Sky Sanctuary from Sonic and Knuckles? I know you love that song.
Okay, hold on. Let me think about it.
You like anything in life?
Bacon.
Bacon's good. I agree. No,
That is-
actually, that's actually probably the most popular Tuesday Tunes article yet. So, I guess just write about Sonic music.
Yeah.
Sky Sanctuary is a pretty popular song, though, too. Is it?
Well, the stage itself is really short, which is why I think people like it a lot, because it's one of those stages that once you get to it, you're really going to have to savor it because it's only one act long and it's broken up by all these boss fights.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, kind of like Hidden Palace, because that's like it's locked away, and isn't it? It's not in any of the stages, and so when people hear it, they're like, "Oh, is this?"
Yeah,
That's
true.
what Sonic Team needs to do. They make all their stages like one act long, so people are like, "Oh,
That was amazing.
that was good."
I'm gonna write up Tuesday Tunes about it.
Yeah,
Like that?
nice.
Oh yeah, we got a binary domain contest. Yeah, people that hear this is probably gonna be too late anyway, because I think the contest ends on Friday and the episode goes up Friday. So
So why are we
Yeah.
talking about it?
fuck them. That's why.
Well,
That's why.
let's see. We've had 316 comments.
That's enough. I don't want any more.
I'm not going to ask how you decide, but I'm going to ask if you see the same robot being picked for every single entry, does that sway you one way or the other?
I was gonna pick on random actually.
That's good. That's how you're supposed to do it.
I just put that question because I mean they had to comment something, right?
We all know he's going to pick a girl that likes Vector Man, if there's such thing.
There is no such thing. Just
There's gotta
there's
be.
just guys that dress like women that like Vector Man.
I will
George.
say I'm not hating on them, but I don't understand people where, like, on Facebook when we announce it, or when Sega announces our contest on Facebook, people just immediately start replying to those posts.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't get it. Like, I think Facebook has Twitter, they don't do it. I don't think I got a Twitter reply back. I think I got like 2 Twitter replies back that said,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, how do I enter?" And I had to give them
Yeah.
a link because sometimes I would tweet without links. And
Right.
but in Facebook they not very.
I don't want to
smart.
say they're dumb,
They are.
but they don't read the rules. They don't even read the article.
No.
It's like Sega goes, "What's your favorite robot?" is a question that Sega Bits is asking. Visit their article, and they see the first bit of that, and they're like, Metal Sonic." Or they say, "I really don't have an answer, but I really want that backpack."
Oh, okay, we'll give you the backpack.
And then have you seen Sega's binary domain contest? They have this Friday, tomorrow, or
Oh, what are they giving away?
They're giving away a binary. They're giving away Dead Souls already, so I'm assuming it's already printed and freshly out. They're giving away a big poster of Binary Domain, which is like, oh, I want that. I'm gonna go on Twitter on that day, try to win it.
Nice.
The backpacks, Binary Domain game, and a few other things. But you never win, dude. I'm never gonna win. Forget it.
I've won. I haven't won one of those contests, but I won the
Wreath statue.
Yeah, the forklift. That was the best because I was driving back home from the grocery store. I was having a really shitty week, and I got a phone call, and it was like this weird area code, and I'm like, what the hell? I thought it was like a collection agency, and I picked it up, and they're like, hi, is this Barry? We're calling on behalf of Sega. You want a forklift?
And you're like,
and this poor woman she's like working for this like company in Arizona or whatever. She's not even working for Sega. I was just like, what? Really? And she's like, yeah.
all disappointed in his job.
Yeah, basically.
God, I feel bad for that lady. Maybe she killed herself already.
Yeah, I bet it was a real blood show. Hey, that brings us into our new games. Alexandria Blood Show has been announced for iOS.
Is that game any good, Barry?
I don't know. I can't download it. It requires 4.0, and I have a older model. That's how fucks you over.
Yeah, well, you gotta upgrade, dude. You gotta upgrade.
I gotta buy a new device.
It's so stupid. I hate how they do that. Like they're like iPhone 4. No, sorry, it doesn't have Siri. Even though it could do the same crap.
But it looks good. It looks cool.
The new phone?
No, Blood Show.
Oh, Blood Show. Yeah, I guess it looks good. I'm not into those type of games on phones. I hardly play games on phones.
Yeah.
It just doesn't interest me. Like, I'd rather just buy a dedicated device with good controls instead of just having these crappy touch controls.
I play a lot of the touch-based. I played through all of the Phoenix Wright, the first game when it came out on iOS.
Yeah, I can see playing that because those games are, like, basically click.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like those games, though. I played them on the DS.
Yeah, Sonic 4 was the only one that I played all the way through on my iPod Touch.
I try to play some racing game I have on there, but Asphalt 6 or something.
That's a popular title, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There's been 6 of them apparently.
I think it's just called 6 to be cool.
That's
the sad part.
Because 6 is a cool number.
That is a pretty cool number, actually. Thank you very much. I'm surprised it got a sequel. That's pretty cool. I don't have an iPhone or anything, so.
Yeah, I wonder who the developer is.
Yeah, me too. It's
kind of cool looking. It's like old feudal war paintings, like battling.
Yeah, the last one was Samurai Blood Show, and this one's the sequel. So
Alexandria. So I'm wondering if it's going to look like I don't know, whatever. What is that, Greek?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like you could use mages and knights, I think, and also samurai too.
Oh, it's going to look like ancient Greek pottery.
That's cool.
Egyptian tomb walls. So I mean, if it looks really cool, I could download that someday, but not now. I can't afford it. It's too expensive.
Yeah, 99 cents.
Yeah, I know.
No, the samurai one is. That one's probably gonna be a whopping $4.
Oh God, I gotta break out my checkbook.
Oh yeah, the next one, Total War going mobile.
Yeah, no one commented on that when I posted it. I guess no one cares.
Total War is it's not a very Sega DNA game.
Yeah, it doesn't have blue skies.
It's funny because some of the readers actually kind of like it in the forums. I think Ryan likes Total War series.
Yeah, he does.
I love Total War.
Yeah, now it's coming to mobile devices, so now you can play when you're on the crapper.
Mm-hmm.
I could, but my phone, the phone that I have, where I don't even know where it is so old that the only thing you can play on it is like a pixelated snake.
That sounds like fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. No, I don't.
Is it like retro?
I don't know.
What a hipster, dude. He's like with his retro phone.
It's like a Nokia 8310 or something. It's so old. It's like from the 90s.
That's so bad.
That is bad. But yeah, Total War series like on iPhone and stuff. I don't know, man. I can't see myself playing that.
Unless they like miniaturize it, and it's like how SimCity had like SimTown or something like that. I don't know.
I can see it, I guess. But like the problem with the PC version is you have to like control thousands of like troops.
Yeah.
We'll see, but it's interesting. Hopefully they make some money out of it.
Yeah, they haven't shown anything yet, so it's kind of hard to. Actually, that's almost all the titles we're talking about this week with Hell Yeah, Wrath of the Dead Rabbit. I know nothing about that except it looks really weird.
And Sega is already making T-shirts and promoting it already.
Yeah, I mean, I like the developer behind it. What's their name? I don't even know their name, and I say I like them. But
yeah, well, don't worry about it, man. We got you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's some weird like developer I never heard of myself.
It's God damn, what is it?
You could look up the article.
Arkido.
Oh, there you go.
And I think they made Pix and Love Rush. I think they did, and I like that a lot. That's an iPhone game where it's kind of like playing a Wario mini game where you're just jumping and dodging stuff.
Oh,
so
sounds good.
But I could see. I mean, you got like a rabbit on a wheel bike. I mean, it's kind of going for that over the top to the point where it's kind of annoying, but it could. You know what I'm talking about? How cartoons nowadays, it's kind of like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, we're in hell. And you're kind of like, all right, we get it.
Oh, you're talking about like regular show and Adventure Time?
Not so much, but yeah, I guess those shows where they're trying to be intentionally quirky and like.
Yeah, like I get it. It looks alright. It's just like I don't know. I think Sega West is just like putting way too much more effort on like digital titles than they do actual releases.
Then again, that's what they're supposed to do now. So.
Is there even a Europe team? Like, there's like I haven't seen like who's gonna promote like the big titles. I don't know, but it looks like that game got more promotion than like Dead Souls did.
Good point.
Already, and it just barely have a logo.
I don't know. I mean, I like the developers, so it could be fun. I just hope they're not trying to cover for poor gameplay by adding all this like attitude and like hell and like rabbits and smoking cigars and shotguns and stuff.
Rabbits are cool.
Rabbits are cool. No.
Oh, this next.
Sorry.
Go on.
I was just gonna say you can't really tell anything about the game because it might not even look anything like that trailer.
That's
it might be. I don't really know what they're going with because that trailer was like definitely made in Flash. I'm pretty sure it looks like it's got that sort of Flash look about it.
Though the game could end up being like Castle Crashers, where it looks like Flash and it is pretty much like a Flash game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll have to pay for it.
This next news is like probably like a big news for Sharky, but K-On! After School Live HD version is Sega's first remastered title. What would you like to see next? Basically, PSP remaster. They get a PSP game, and they take off all the jaggy stuff because PS3 is more powerful, and they put it up and it's an HD, so you can play it on your TV. So they call them PSP remasters. They've done 2 God of War games, and they've done like Monster Hunter. This is Sega's first game in Japan.
Should we all just agree that we want Valkyria Chronicles 3 and
2
move on?
Yeah.
The only good game. Yeah, the only 2 good games, and that'll be it.
I can't remember the. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure some of the readers are gonna want Sonic
Rivals.
Rivals. Yes, that's what it was called.
Oh, fuck that rubbish.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. All right, we can move on now.
Oh, speaking of Sonic.
Is it Sonic Talk?
No, this is Sega Talk, but moving into Sega news, we got some Sonic Talk. We get an early look at the Sonic 4 achievements. Do you guys remember any of them?
No.
No.
Oh, is it the one that you get to play with Knuckles or whatever? No.
Tails.
Yeah.
Is it? There's a Knuckles one, right?
No, there isn't.
I just wanted to give everybody's hopes up on the podcast.
Why don't you put that in the title of the
Knuckles
article.
in Sonic Adventure 4 confirmed.
Sonic Adventure 4.
And everybody's like, oh my god.
They made a 3 and I missed it.
I must have missed it. Too busy whining on DeviantArt about, what's that place called?
What?
That stupid art place when they...
DeviantArt.
Yeah, DeviantArt. I was too busy on DeviantArt posting my recolored pictures. That's what I do usually on the weekends.
I'm looking at the achievements now. I remember they revealed a few new zone names. There's going to be something called Sky Fortress Zone, so that's new. And the title is Metal Sonic Falls, so I'm assuming you beat him and then he falls off of the Sky Fortress.
That's great. Plot spoilers.
Yeah, there we go. Multiplayer, upload a multiplayer score or time.
That's given.
This one's weird. Play as Tails 50 times, but they said the only time you can play as Tails is in multiplayer. So it means play multiplayer 50 times and the other person lets you play as Tails. So that's going to take a long time.
Yeah, because every time you get into a game, they're going to pick Tails right away.
Yep. Let's see. There's going to be special stages, clear all stages, return. Oh, this one, I actually really like this one. It says clear all stages without returning to the world map, meaning they actually want you to play it like an actual Sonic game from start to finish without returning to the map and like saving and turning the thing off. So
that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And and this one's weird. They have the red rings coming into Sonic 4 now. So
to buy upgrades and stuff.
I don't know. Maybe it's a download. What do you think, Sharky? What could it be?
Sharky's just really pissed right now. I could tell.
He hates red rings.
If you eat a lot of curry, you get red rings. But I don't know. What is it? I don't know. It's probably just something like art. You know, I bet it's all the artwork they've revealed on the blog. I bet it's that.
That's probably it. That would be hilarious if it was a gallery of Badnik concept art that we've already seen.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I bet you can unlock Supersonic in stages or something like that, which I never even saw. I'm not like that excited about it. I always try it and I'm like, oh, okay, this is the same. He's a bit faster. I don't get the.
It ruins the game because you can't hear the original music and it's too easy.
Yeah, it just makes it crap. I don't understand why people care so much.
It's funny. We wait forever for him to return to games. Then when he does, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of don't like using him that much because it makes
Tails?
me seem weak.
No, Supersonic.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They should have a super character in every Sega game.
Yeah, that's true. I can't
Like
wait for Yakuza 5 with Super Kazuma.
That would be awesome, actually.
His hair gets golden, he just goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing would sell so many copies. All those Dragon Ball Z guys that keep on buying the same Namco game are going to come and buy it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, that's it, right? We're in the first gameplay video. What do you guys think about the physics and the guy sucking?
Oh my god, the guy sucks. They all suck. I don't know. I think the physics look a lot better from what I've seen. It looks like if these people are playing it as horribly as they are, they seem to still be like, just imagine Sonic 4 Episode 1 being played by these people. It would look like absolute shit. They'd be jumping in the air and like freezing in place and dropping like rocks. But they actually jump in the air and they keep moving. So
yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this one actually.
Though I think Sega made a mistake in debuting the game at a mobile game conference in Spain.
Yeah.
Because like for the last 2 days, every time I go on YouTube, I'm like, oh, I'll search for it. I find more and more videos of people like half filming the screen sideways, talking in like German or whatever, and it's annoying.
Playing the game badly.
Yeah. And I mean, if you don't like Sonic, just imagine any franchise you really like has a new game coming out, and the first look you get at it are like 50 videos of people filming it sideways and like just pressing the same button over and over again.
Just showing you that he could jump. Wasn't it revealed because a company was gonna have like a show, a press conference for like one of their chips, and they were
the Tegra 3 chip, and they actually I think said that it's going to come to their devices 2 weeks before consoles.
Yeah, Sega's been doing that with Android stuff, giving it first. Like GameStop had a Sonic CD on the Android tablets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it, but whatever.
It's going to be interesting with this, though, because this is one of those games where people immediately want to like post everything up, and so you're going to be sitting there for 2 weeks waiting to play it, And within that 2 weeks, we'll either hear that it's fun or it's going to be a bunch of people going, it's really shitty. And then all these people go, I thought so. And they never buy the game.
Yeah, but with Android, it's going to leak on the torrent sites anyway.
That's true.
Anyway, I'm not saying I'm going to download it, but
you better not.
I'm gonna. All right.
He so is.
Well, I mean, it's either that or I wait for everybody to spoil it for me.
That's a good point.
I mean, Sega doesn't want to sell it to me. What am I gonna do?
Sit and wait.
Sit and wait like a nice loyal dog.
Sit and say your prayers.
Not. I get arrested the next day. Sega hears the podcast, calls the cops on me.
They can't find you.
That's true. Probably not. They probably could, actually. They have my shipping address.
Oh, that's true. They can find you.
Sega kills Jet Grind Radio, now called Jet Set Radio worldwide. Terrible news. Idea. Terrible news.
You're a grinder?
Dude, okay. Okay, Jet Set Radio sounds cool, okay? But, like, Jet Grind Radio sounds sexy. So, basically... We're
Jet
superior.
Set sounds good. Jet Set Radio. It sounds perfect. Well, I don't.
Grind.
What's grind? What the fuck is grind anyway?
Because when they jump on the pools that's called grinding. So it's Jet Grind Radio because you're going fast, you're grinding on pools, and you're listening to the radio. That's the whole game right there already. Jesus, dude.
But Jet Set, Jet Set. It sounds great.
You're a jet set. You're a jet setter.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Thing I ever heard.
2 versus 1, we win.
See, and plus our version was better because it had Rob Zombie on it.
That's true.
No,
you can't contest that. It had Mixmaster Mike.
I've actually never heard that Rob Zombie. I've never actually heard any Rob Zombie songs.
Dude, I think it was that Dracula song. He had like 2 songs that would play in every single game in the late 90s. It was on that. It was on Twisted Metal.
America
was Tony Hawk, I think.
Murder music.
What happened?
Professional murder music. We had that too.
Yeah, we had Coldplay. Mm-hmm. No, it was Coldplay or just Cold.
It was just Cold, but that was before they were Coldplay.
Okay, that's before they added on the play in the end.
We had Jurassic 5.
Yeah, I know. Sega really.
I think we did as well.
Group.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I think so.
You had Recipe for the Perfect Afro. I remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the differences were, but I know you got a few and had a few dropped.
You think it's gonna drop all the big name stuff?
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. I think that's the only because. Well, we've seen the gameplay video, which is another piece of news we were going to talk about, and it's in widescreen, so that's a plus. But I'm kind of afraid that they're going to cut like any of the licensed music, which is about half of it.
Well, I think Guitar Vader would allow them to use it because they're popular. Their fan base is only Jet Set Radio fans.
That's true, and I think they don't exist anymore. I think they broke up.
Yeah, they broke up, and I don't think they ever had an actual label. They were I think releasing stuff from their house.
Sounded like it. So.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be that hard to get the license to that. You just call them up and tell them, all right, here's like $5,000, be quiet. And that's it. But,
we'll have to see. They don't answer. Hey, when they did that blog post, I was like, hey, guys, how about the music? And they never answered me.
Because they're going to break hearts. They want to ride the fucking the cheer train.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm pretty sure they get a lot of crap from Sega fans. Especially the way they're handling stuff right now, like binary domain and stuff. A lot of people are very angry.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks because, I mean, I haven't worked in that sort of position before, but I know people who have to work in that, and not all the time does the decisions for how much money goes to things fall on them. A lot of times it's the higher-ups who say, all right, we're going to give you X amount of money to advertise this, and,
Yep.
It's not entirely their fault. I think people should stop giving the community team grief because I'm sure if they had the money, they'd gladly advertise everything.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, what were we talking about now? Oh yeah, Jet Set Radio. Yeah, they ruined it. And I don't want to buy it now because it doesn't have grind in the name. I'm just joking. That's not true. I'm gonna buy it. I like Jet Set Radio better, but I think that Rob Zombie is a given no.
I don't think
he's not in it.
Huh?
I don't think he's going to be in.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind like those kind of tracks being off. But I want at least the original Japanese soundtrack to be, attached.
Untouched.
All right.
Speaking of Japanese, Akira Yuki is playable in Dead or Alive 5, thus ruining the franchise.
I was supposed to put that for the later. I forgot to erase it.
Sorry, man. It happened.
No, dude, we got to skip it.
All right, we'll skip it. Next piece of news. Did Sega even bother to ship Crush 3D?
There's an update to this story, actually.
There is. What is it?
It's coming out tomorrow. Well, Friday, the day the podcast is out. So, on the 9th. Apparently, it was supposed to come out Tuesday worldwide, I guess, to every store. But now it's exclusive to GameStop. And it's coming out Friday, and it's going to be $20. And pretty much that game failed because Sega didn't even make a tweet to correct the date on, like, an actual tweet. They just, like, replied to a tweet.
Oh, man.
So it's like that. They're not really expecting to sell that game.
That sucks.
It's not even out yet, and it's already late to come out. It doesn't have no trailers, nothing.
I played a demo at the store. I liked it. I mean, it's not a groundbreaking game, but it was fun.
It's, the sad part, the first game was screwed over like this too, like no announcement or anything, and then like the day it came out, it was like a Sega.com had an update. This game's out now, and I was like, what the hell?
I mean, at best, it might become one of those games that people buy while they buy their 3DS because they're like, oh, that's cheap. I might as well get it.
Yeah.
But they probably will know nothing about it, so they probably won't buy it.
I mean, I'm going to laugh if it sells,
10 copies.
No, if it sells, 10 million copies, and we're all running. So, Sega's like, what the hell? And now we have, Crush 3D. I was like, whoa.
Crush iOS.
And they're going to bring it everywhere.
Crush Touch.
Yeah, there you go.
I play Crush Touch.
Rhythm Thief demo is coming out April 19th.
I forgot about that game. I thought it was already out.
Dude, me too. So, but I guess it's going to come out at the end of the month, like on the 30th. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to play it, but I think it's going to be one of those games like Binary Domain, like the other games, that is going to be pushed under the door.
It's a new IP, which I thought was pretty cool, and it actually has a lot of Sega references.
Exactly. He pushed under the door. Not playing around. No, I like the concept, but I don't know how I don't know. How did Nintendo made a freaking rhythm game on the DS. Was it called?
Yeah, there's nothing new about it. It's just one of those games where it's like, if you like rhythm games, here's another one for you to play.
Yeah, but the one that Nintendo did, I heard sold 200,000 copies, and that's pretty good. Yeah, for being that quirky Japanese game.
Yeah.
How does Nintendo do that? How do they ship that many units?
They put drugs inside of the cartridges.
Oh.
And the kids buy them and they shoot up and then they play the game.
Oh man, they don't make them like they used to. All right. Again.
Oh, I was reading TSSZ and I just learned about this next piece of news.
Oh yes, I've never heard about it before, except for back in 2010.
I guess Sega's not making Marvel games, which really pisses me off because I wanted the Avengers published by Sega to come out on Wii.
By the developers of Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I love that game.
But basically, Marvel said that that Sega isn't publishing any future Marvel games. But back in December 2010, before Thor and Captain America came out, Sega, a boss at Sega, I don't know, I forgot his name, said that they weren't going to publish any Marvel games after that. So it wasn't really new news. Everybody knew that, but I guess
it was kind of a given because didn't Disney bought them, and Disney has their own game publishing company, and so it was kind of a given. Yeah,
it was a given. We already knew that,
and we kind of are happy about it too, aren't we?
Yeah, we're happy.
It's kind of the end of an era.
I think Sega could. I think Sega could have done a lot better things with the license, but I'm glad it's over. I still like comic books, but the only comic book games I want out of Sega are Comic Zone games.
That's a good point. I gave Thor a decent review because it was a decent game, but it's not one of those games where I'm like, Sega should be publishing this.
This
You know.
is what do your quote should have been Batman Arkham City, eat your heart out.
Yeah. Give it an A+. The Wii does it again.
Spectacular graphics, lifelike Thor reflections.
Motion controls that astound. Better than any Kinect game. And that's coming from me, who is a hardcore Kinect fan.
That's true. You're addicted to it.
I play it every day.
I'm glad. And you're stronger than a bull. Coincidence?
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Your whole success in life is comes back to the Kinect.
Kinect Fitness. Kinect Social Networking.
Kinect innocent camera. You'll never talk to your family without that chat app, right?
Never. I get up and it follows me around the room.
It's great.
Technology. Speaking of technology, Yakuza social game is coming to Android and iPhone by the end of the month, called Yakuza Kazuna.
It sounds funny though, doesn't it?
It sounds like
it's not going to come to America, so you probably shouldn't care too much about it. But I kind of like that Sega's like embracing the social networking. I think Sega America doesn't seem like they're that keen on it yet.
They better release that Shenmue game over here on iPhone. I want that bad.
Yeah, I want that too, actually.
I don't care if it sucks. I just want to play it, to say I played it.
To say you're playing it?
Yeah.
You beat it and you're like, all right, I beat every single thing and shouldn't be related now.
If it gives me any like little tidbit of new story info, which it says it does, then I'll be happy.
There you go. Yeah, I hope they do too. I don't know. Sega America had a whole site dedicated to basically it was dedicated to social games, like flash games.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever joined it. It was called
Play Sega.
There you go.
I joined it actually to get the free USB controller.
Yeah, I did.
Because sadly, it was the only new piece of Sega hardware in the last 10 years, so I was like, I need that. It was like my new game system.
Was it any good?
It's actually a pretty good controller. It's a mold of the Saturn controller.
Yeah.
And but it's white and blue, and it has the Play Sega logo. Some guy actually on my blog started giving me shit, and I never approve the comments because I don't check my comments. And he was saying, "Oh, this controller's shit," and so I approved it. I didn't agree with him, but I'm not a controller expert, but it felt good. And
yeah, a lot of people were mad because it's not as good as like some original Japanese Sega Saturn USB controller.
But it was free. So
yeah.
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, people just get mad for everything though. They had a site like that, and I guess it didn't do very well. I guess it's not up anymore.
No, it's
gone.
Yeah, they scrapped it. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be doing that much anymore.
There was gambling, and I remember my favorite thing, which was why I kept on it, was a Sonic level builder, which was like a little flash game.
That's why I signed up for it. It was quite fun.
Yeah, and it's sad that it's not around anymore, because sometimes I want to like play with it, and it's dead.
Yeah, that's true. I think that should be built into a Sonic game.
Absolutely.
Like Little Big Planet-ish kind of, I guess, where you could build a 2D level and share it with friends.
That's what I thought Colors was going to do with the those crazy psychedelic stages. They were so simple, I thought you could build your own.
Yeah, like it'd be cool. It reminds me of Minecraft. You could just put like blocks of like textures or whatever, pre-made textures.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't seem too hard, but
I bet it's not, but they don't want to give it to us.
Yeah, they don't want us to be happy.
No, they don't.
Because if we're happy, then we're gonna like actually demand more from them. They're like a bad boyfriend, or girlfriend. They only work hard enough so you won't leave them.
That's so true.
That's it. All right, then let's see. Okay. Oh, go on.
The big story.
Oh yeah, go on.
Crossover Mayhem, Akira Yuki and Dead or Alive 5. Is this good or bad?
Sharky, what do you think? You hate Dead or Alive, so tell me.
I've never actually played any Dead or Alive games.
Not
So
even the
actually,
second one?
I did a long time ago. I played one ages and ages ago, but I don't remember a lot about it. I know it just had a lot of girls in it, a lot of boobs in it.
Nice.
Um,
That's all you got to
that's
know,
about
man.
it.
Okay. Wait. What game are we talking about? Oh,
They're alive.
Dead or Alive. Um, it was alright, I guess. Like I liked the game on part two. Like after part two, I didn't like the series, but the one on Dreamcast, I really, really liked.
The graphics were awesome. I played that demo all the time. I never even owned the game until a year ago.
Yeah, I bought it and I really liked the. I really, really liked the gameplay for some reason. It was pretty simple. It was like counter. It was like kind of like Rochambeau,
Hmm.
the controls. I thought they were simple enough for me to master right away, and I really liked the graphics and how you could kick people off stages and then you go to a different area.
Hmm.
And the graphics were really, really good. Like I think
It was awesome.
it even rivaled the Dead or Alive 3 that came out on the Xbox. Like
Yeah.
they were that good. Like the step from Dead or Alive 1 to Dead or Alive 2 was like huge.
Hmm.
Um, and I was really excited. Like I didn't like Virtua Fighter 3 that much when it
It
came
wasn't
out.
that good.
Yeah, so I was
And I
kind of
love Virtua Fighter.
I was kind of like this, like, oh, it would be awesome if they ever made like a Virtual Fighter versus Dead or Alive where it kind of used that stage extender,
Hmm.
and they kind of used like like I don't know, a different control scheme. I didn't like the Virtual Fighter control scheme on 3. It was like
I don't,
It was like Shinmu's kind of. It wasn't bad. It just like wasn't what I was used to, I guess.
and I don't think AM2 developed the home version either.
I'm not sure about that.
I think it was, yeah, it was done by some other company. I can't remember who it was.
Well, yeah. So I always wanted like a crossover. I'm always up for Sega crossovers. I think that's a good thing for the IP.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially, I mean, people are mad about it, like it's some betrayal.
Hmm.
Dude, you guys had the same character riding a go kart like 2 years ago, and you guys didn't complain about it. So
Yeah,
like
that's a
complaining
good
about it
point.
just because it's another fighting game, it's not as technical as another one. That's just bullcrap. It's just a video game. Just have fun.
I think people think that it like demeans Virtua Fighter because he's a guest, he's not the star of the game. But I mean, you look at it the other way around, he becomes the star because he's the only unique new character.
No, you want
You
to
know,
know
like
why?
with
You know why you know he's the biggest character there? Because this is the first time I ever heard of Dead or Alive 5. That's
I'll
why.
be honest, I agree. I thought that was already out last year.
Yeah, like I didn't even know what happened to the franchise. But like I was saying, Virtual Fighter 5 didn't sell very well. So Sega needs to promote the characters as much as it can and get new fighting fans. And if that means having guest slots, then I think it's worth it.
Now, is it true that Sega is publishing this?
This is what everybody's saying. I haven't found an article on it. I
I
haven't
found
Googled it.
one, and it doesn't source it. It just says Sega's publishing Dead or Alive 5, and it's including Akira Yuki, but it doesn't say like there's no press release or anything. So
Yeah,
I never reported on it.
I looked around as well when I read it and I couldn't really. I found lots of sites reporting it, but they were like sites I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
And no, I don't know. I can't tell.
I
Like,
think I
there's
remember
no
reading something about it, but like I don't know.
there's not been no press release like you said,
No,
and I don't Sega haven't said anything on their blog or anything, so I don't
and
know.
And some oh yeah, well some people are saying it's a PlayStation 3 exclusive, but I think they're getting it confused with that other Tekken X title, because that one has PlayStation 3 exclusive characters.
yeah, that game is an exclusive. The Team Ninja wants to expand. They used to be Xbox exclusive. Now they
Yeah.
want to be neutral, I guess, which is I think is probably what they should have done anyway. Because I don't think you should be minimizing your income. I think you should put them up. You should put the game up on PS3, Xbox, and PC,
Absolutely.
especially when it's going to be a worldwide appeal like Dead or Alive.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's my idea. I mean, my theory on that. But
Would you buy it just for Akira?
yeah, I'm gonna buy it just for no. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it new, but I'd play the demo, and if I like the mechanics and stuff, I'll buy it.
If it's
Yeah,
spaced out far enough from Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, I'll get it.
Yeah, same.
I think it's coming out spring, isn't it?
Oh, it's coming out soon.
Let me check. Actually, I kind of want to know. But you move on to the next question if you want.
Yeah, in the meantime, Team Ninja Mastermind, and I'm going to totally butcher this name, Yusuke Hayashi.
Close enough.
Okay, he says there will be more guest characters. I guess because of the way the game functions.
Oh, you want to know the release date on that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to come out after Virtua Fighter, but it's September 2012 for Japan and 2013 for the US.
God damn, that's a long ways off.
Yeah, that game's, dude, Virtua Fighter 4, Dead or Alive 4 came out like 5 years ago. I think it came out like around the time that Virtua Fighter 5 came out. 2005, 2006, never mind. Still pretty, that's a decade, half a decade.
So what other characters would you want to see if they are going to have more? From Virtua Fighter.
I would like to see, from Virtua Fighter, I would like to see Jeffrey. I want a big, yeah.
I like Jeffrey.
Yeah, they need to have some flavor in that game. What about you, Sharky?
Sarah. And
why Sarah? It's because she kind of looks like a man. Gives you a little hint, maybe.
Yeah, I like Sarah.
Of course you do.
And
Hellblaze.
yeah, he's actually pretty good.
What was his like? I like how he had the most manliest voice. He's like, "Don't try to stop me." It's like a little ass guy.
That's what you sound like.
It's like, what was the thing where he points at you and he says something?
Hot dog.
No, it's like.
Is that him?
No, it's the wrestler, Lucha Libre character.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't remember anymore.
We have to remember more things.
Don't you try to stop me, or something like that.
That's what it is, I think.
And he points at him, and it's like so cheesy, dude. I love that.
He says, I know, I'm looking at his quotes, "My body's an unstoppable weapon," and he goes, "Start running now."
Yeah, that was a good one, too. Oh, man. God, I can't wait for summer.
I want to see him, and I want to see a female character. I want to say Sarah, just because she's been in the series the longest.
Yeah, maybe. I'm surprised Jackie wasn't announced.
I bet it's going to be Akira, Jackie, and Sarah. But then it'll be too white.
What are you talking about?
Too many white characters at once.
Well, they're brother and sister, so you have that incest thing going on.
Oh, that's true.
And Dead or Alive's into that, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Move on to the next one.
The next question. What other Sega franchise characters would you want to see in this?
I'll let Sharky go because I know he's gonna have a good ones.
In Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Probably Bayonetta. Bayonetta would be good, I think.
I'd go with that.
She sort of fits the sort of characters with the boobs and the asses and stuff.
But she's not a Sega franchise. She's a Platinum Games franchise.
Oh, whatever. She's the same.
And if Sega publishes Dead or Alive 5, then that's a Sega franchise.
No, I mean, no. It's all about the publishing deal. I know what Barry's saying, though. He's just mocking people.
That's all I do. So, would you ever want to see Virtua Fighter versus X fighting franchise? Like,
so
who would you want to see Virtua Fighter?
I haven't said what Sega characters I want on there.
Oh,
I have a list. Let me pull out my list.
Get it out. Open the file.
I would like to see some characters from like other Sega fighting games, like Fighting Vipers.
That'd be cool.
And this would be good for a fighting franchise, like if they had like a Virtua Fighter versus something, or not even Virtua Fighter, like Sega versus something. I would like them to get like resurrect like Fighting Vipers characters. I can't think of any other games.
The Daytona car should be in it.
Yeah.
Daytona car.
Sonic the Fighters.
Well, so I guess Sonic's a given if it's a Sega versus game.
Yeah.
Like Pepsi Man.
You don't think that that something like Sonic would fit in a game like that? But then again, I think what's the game that did it really well?
Fighters Megamix?
No,
he wasn't fighting in that.
No. It was Marvel's Capcom or whatever. They do it well. Like you get like a younger character, like Mega Man characters.
Trombone.
Yeah, and Trombone, and they work. terribly, but they were.
I could see Eggman in like a giant mech.
Yeah, that'd be cool for like a power move.
Yeah.
All right. Well, oh yeah. If you had to go, you can move on if you want.
All right. Well, if you had to see Virtua Fighter versus another fighting franchise, what would it be aside from Dead or Alive?
Anything but Tekken. I fucking love Tekken.
What? Why not Tekken? That was my one. That's the one I wanted.
Fuck you, George. That's why.
Okay, I don't want Tekken either. But if I had to, I would go with probably Capcom because they were like my second favorite company growing up.
Yeah, that's good. Capcom.
I think they would have an awesome title if they went with Virtua Fighter versus Street Fighter, and instead of calling it that, they could say like Virtua X Street Fighters or something to tie the two together.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Street Fighters.
Yeah, and then they could have like guest characters for both Capcom and Sega.
What do you mean?
Well,
you mean like they both have characters from the other franchises?
Yeah, like maybe like they have Virtua Fighter and Street Fighter, and then from the
knowing
other
Capcom they'll release it, then wait like 8 months, then re-release it, and then put the new characters in.
That's probably what they do. Well, do we have any community questions for this podcast?
Yes, we do. We have actually a lot. I'm just gonna read through the ones I like.
Go for it.
Okay. Based on what you guys have been saying, talking about Binary Domain, I have to ask, would you guys want a sequel to Binary Domain? But you guys haven't played it. What I've been playing so far,
yes,
I think it's now that they're gonna treat it like this, I don't think it's worth an investment again. I thought it was a solid made game. Like when I played it, you know how everybody says the Japanese industry can't make games as good as Western developers? They should play this game because I think it controls a lot better. I mean, it controls about the same shooting wise and the way it looks when you're moving as Gears of War, but I think it's a lot more interesting than Gears of War. Like writing, like level design, everything, and it's longer. It doesn't have co-op, but I think they did a solid job for Japan. I mean, they're a Japanese developer. And they're going against the biggest Western developers out there. So
cool.
I give it a thumbs up.
I've never played it aside from the demo, but I'd say I'd rather see it as a standalone because I think people are too wrapped up nowadays in sequels, and I don't know why it can't just be a standalone great game, and then they can instead learn from this title and incorporate like those gameplay elements into a new game.
Yeah.
I could see that being a better idea because then they don't have to like risk it all again on a binary domain too. They could see what worked and I don't know, make something new.
Here's a topic actually. This is a good one. Here's a topic I wanted to talk about before. It's still about binary domain, but what is your guys' response to the claim that this game looks similar like level design wise to Vanquish? Because, I played it and let me tell you, there's some levels that actually feel very Vanquish-y. Like, I played this on Vanquish, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's this train level where you're on the train. That was a pretty big level on Vanquish. Little stuff like that, and you guys are barely escaping the train or whatever. But the gameplay is totally different. This game is a lot of emphasis. Like, you have to, like, take cover to survive. Vanquish was more about, just being a badass and like just taking fire from all sides in your robot suit, doing flips in slow motion. So it's different gameplay wise, and I think that gameplay wise, like the gameplay changes the way you would approach a situation. It's interesting actually. Like that you play it differently. You could tell like when just because it's similar like trains, you think of like, oh, I remember this in Vanquish, but you're doing it way different in this game. So, yeah.
Maybe it's just the Japanese aesthetic of what the future looks like, and it's
especially since over there everything is like bullet trains and big white buildings, like white buildings. You know how when they said Vanquish looked too white or whatever?
Yeah.
I think Japan is very concrete. Like they can't even have. I was listening to a Cheap Ass Gamer podcast, and Cheapy D was talking about how they're not allowed to have grass at their property.
Why?
Because they think it's a waste of water to water it. So they just put concrete. And it's like, yeah, that's why I see the design coming that way. You know, here we're used to all this, like, you know, having miles and miles of no houses, but over there it's like it's all all clamped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
I
go on.
remember.
Go
Oh,
on.
I was just gonna say, I remember with the Dreamcast reading back in the '90s that like the design of it wasn't very Japanese friendly because they couldn't stack it in their little apartments. It had to be on the top of everything because it didn't have a front loader. So, and it wasn't flat on top. I don't know.
Oh, I think this next one's gonna get you guys nice and riled up.
Oh, I can't wait.
I guess this was a big news on some Sonic forums, but
Oh shit.
the Sonic franchise was awarded the worst blockbuster of all time
Oh god.
by GameTrailers.com.
Oh, not game trailers.
What do you guys agree? You guys think there's another game that's worse that sells a lot?
Since when has Sonic been a blockbuster?
Okay, I don't think it's a blockbuster, but I think that the franchise is still one of the best-selling franchises of all time, at least in the top 10, I think, still.
I watched that video, and I think it was bullshit because they jump around. They go, what number 2 was E.T. for Atari, and I got to question if the writer even was alive when E.T. came out for Atari. You know,
it's not a blockbuster.
It's not.
Maybe the movie was a blockbuster.
Back in the day, I mean, I'll be honest, I was alive, but I wasn't, aware of the E.T. game. But I'm sure that they just churned these things out, and it just appeared in the store. It was never like
hype.
Yeah, and I mean, I know they spent a lot of money on it, but I don't think.
Also, E.T. is not one of the biggest franchises, like selling franchises. Like they're gonna put Sonic. It's also pretty crappy that they're doing it right now, while it's actually improving the franchise. Like every other game that comes out, it looks better than the last one. Yeah. I think it's kind of like unfair that they're gonna be like throwing eggs at it right now.
And they bunch, and they never, and all the other ones I think are single games, but they bunch 3 Sonic games for absolutely no reason into the number 1 spot. It's Sonic 06. I can't remember the second one, maybe Unleashed. And then the third one is Mario and Sonic.
Okay.
Which doesn't make sense because Mario and Sonic, I mean, it was a disappointment in the sense that it's not like the dream game. But it wasn't awful.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like it was broke. I mean, some stuff felt glitchy and stuff, but it was just a mini game that had some mini games that were uninteresting. That's what happened.
Yeah,
it wasn't awful.
And I mean, if they just said Sonic 06, then I'd kind of agree. But at the same time, I'd think we're kind of past that now. It's 5 years later. We can start talking about other games that sucked.
That's true. Yeah. I think, they need to move on. I think that was just a troll article to get some hits.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm gonna say about that. The last question for the night. Is there a Sega game that you guys think was unfairly criticized?
Mm.
Man, there's been a lot. Dude, I'm right now. I'm angry at yesterday I wrote a House of the Dead 3 review, and I was like, I don't know how to say. I usually try to do it over 1,000 words, but I'm like, this is just a PSN. I mean, this is just a port. Like, what can I say? So I'm like, let me check other reviews, like if they're over 1,000, over 3 pages or something. Mm-hmm. So I go to the first thing I, pop in the fucking Google search is I just put House of the Dead 3 PSN review. First one, IGN. All right, they're known out there. I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
Click it. Reading, and I'm like, all right, it's only like 5 paragraphs, 6 paragraphs. All right, I'll read it. So I read it. The dude talks about shotguns for 4 paragraphs. Like,
I saw that. What the fuck was he talking about?
I was like, what's going on here? And I was like, this is the most terrible review I've ever read. And then, and he just gives it a 6.5 because it's old. But
I saw that. He was like, the click and the loading of a shotgun. Yeah. Shotgun, America's, and I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the dude doesn't even didn't even play it, I think. He just like,
yeah.
Man, that made me angry. Like, I don't know, man.
I think writers out there, they want to be different, and so they write these like weird ass shitty articles just to get noticed, because I think they just get tired of writing the same one. Graphics. The graphics were good in this game. They could have been better. Music. The music was good. It wasn't catchy, but it suited the game, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that kind of insults the game, because it's like you don't give a shit about your review. You're just trying to be different for the sake of mixing up your work day, I guess. It's stupid.
I agree. Yeah, and that's one that pissed me off. There's Bayonetta always made me angry. Everybody thought the game was super sexist, but they never even played it.
Yeah, and I know who we're talking about.
it even expanded far from that. Like, I was at the time I was looking at more independent news because I just wanted to see how, what's more popular in independent, like, just journalism. So I was watching this show called Counterpoint. Basically, the show would get other, like, video game journalists in the area, and they would come together and they would have, like, an argument, basically, like they would have a question. It's like a podcast, but like in a TV show talk format. And they talked about Bayonetta, and they're like, "Oh, Sega's just trying to get the anime nerds all horny and to buy the game." And the sad part is that the game was actually played really well.
Yeah.
It played probably better than any other game in this genre.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it's stupid.
That pissed me off, because every time you talk to the people, it was like, it's a sexist game, and I'm like, but have you played it? And they're like, I'm not gonna play shit like that.
Yeah. And
I'd say, as of recent, my pick would be Virtua Tennis 4, just because it didn't get so much negativity as it was like people were saying, like, it wasn't as good a sim when it's not a sim game. It's a arcade tennis game.
Yeah.
I
hate that.
And then they complained about how it didn't, like, it wasn't as different from the third one. I mean, if they're going to change it that much, it's not going to be Virtua Tennis 4 anymore. I mean, all I'm looking for are new mini games and, like, improved graphics.
It's funny reading, like, a review of IGN complaining about that, then reading, like, a year, like, 6 months later, like, their review for Modern Warfare 3, and it's, like, 10, and it's all, don't fix it if it ain't broken. It's like, wow, your attitude really did change, huh? Maybe you guys just don't like tennis games. Maybe you guys Maybe they don't like arcade games. So that's
probably it. And then, of course, it came out around the same time as that other tennis game. So there were all these, like, what's the best tennis game for you? And and it was like, well, Virtua Tennis 4 is fun, but it doesn't improve as much as the other one did on the past game. So it was stupid. If you like Virtua Tennis 4, you're gonna buy, the game. If you like the franchise,
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get Top Spin 7 or whatever the hell it was.
The other game that also made me, it was Outrun 2. Like, that game got really bad reviews. I don't think anybody understood it.
I was going to say Outrun 2 as well, because it's the same deal. People were like, this game doesn't do this or that, but it's an arcade game and they don't really get it,
Yeah.
That's what makes me angry. Like, when I played that game, Outrun 2, I was like, oh man, this game is brilliant. But then I'm like looking at reviews and everybody's like, this game sucks. You can't tweak your car suspension. And I'm like, what the hell would I want to do that, dude? I want to have that blonde bimbo right next to me, and I want to drive 65 miles an hour. Just enough so I won't get that big of a speeding ticket.
People need to get out of their house and go to the arcade sometimes.
Dude, man, journalism, dude. I don't even want to talk about it.
Mm-mm.
But
people just go on.
Outrun isn't really. It's a racing game. It is, but it isn't. It's sort of like a mix between a racing game and some sort of like on rail. I don't know. It's not like a proper car game, is it? It sort of looks. It's dressed up as one, but
What game?
It's Outrun 2.
Oh.
It's sort of like, it's racing, sort of. There's cars and stuff, but it's really, the mechanics, like, you can't, like, turn around and drive around freely. It's about taking the corners correctly and sort of getting a rhythm going and stuff like that.
And looking at the beautiful scenery.
It's not on rails, but you're not free to move about.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really like the game, and I think we had some pretty good times. I think we played it on Xbox Live together.
Yeah.
with Emmett.
Yeah. No, Emmett's wife actually. She was
Yeah.
better than he was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think that's this week's episode. Actually, if you guys want to shut it down.
Okay. Well, we ended on a happy note. So until next time, number 30 is coming up.
All right. Yeah, next week, hopefully.
Goddamn.
Hey,
All right.
actually, before we shut it down, I
Yeah.
just got a DM. Next week we might have a guest star.
Ooh.
Somebody from Sonic Retro, actually.
Ooh.
Since we had that drama going on, I was like, it'd be pretty cool to have an episode with them.
Nice.
I'm out.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Me too.
Yeah.